Hello friends, welcome to the channel and welcome back if you've been here before. What if the greatest spiritual shame that we've carried was built on misunderstanding of the cycle? They said we fell. They said we sinned. They said we disobeyed God. But what if we didn't fall? What if we descended on purpose? What if eating the fruit wasn't our downfall, but the moment that we entered the sacred dark, or the womb? The original sin was not an act of evil. It was an act of evolution. We weren't cast out of paradise by an angry God. We were planted on the soil of experience so that we could rise in wholeness. We must sleep to awaken. We must forget to remember. We must journey through the shadow to become light. This is not us versus them. This is God playing all sides and you remembering that you are every character in the story. Eden was never a paradise. They say that Eden was perfect, but what kind of perfection forbids curiosity? What kind of God places a tree of knowledge in the center and says, "Don't touch it"? That's not love. That's control disguised as holiness. Adam and Eve weren't sinners. They were the first initiates, the first to say, "I want to know." And the serpent? Not Satan. The serpent was wisdom, the ancient symbol of DNA, of Kundalini, of healing. It offered a choice: stay innocent or become aware. And Eve chose truth. Eve was the first seeker. They made her the villain, the temptress, the downfall of man. But Eve was the first divine feminine archetype who said yes to consciousness. She saw the fruit. She asked the question. She chose knowledge. And for that, she was called cursed, made to suffer, blamed for all pain and human suffering. But what if she wasn't punished? She was transformed. Not exiled out of rage, but initiated into experience. She wasn't cast out. She crossed the threshold. Her story was never meant to be a warning. It was a prophecy of becoming yours. Let's talk about the myth of shame. From that lie came all others. That the body is sinful, that pleasure is dangerous, that women must be ruled, that desire leads to ruin. They taught us to be afraid of ourselves, to live in guilt, to confuse obedience with love. But guilt was the first collar, and shame was the leash. It disconnected us from our inner voice, from the serpent within, from the divine fire that says, "I want more. I want to know. I want to become." And it taught us a false version of healing, that healing means erasing pain. But true healing isn't the absence of pain. It's the release of what causes it. Guilt, shame, the illusion of separation, the belief that we're wrong for existing. They told us that women must be ruled, but this was never about women. This is about spirit, because woman is the portal, the womb, the gate, and matter, the physical world, tried to rule the spirit, tried to bind it, tried to dominate the portal through which it is born. But matter is made through spirit. It cannot control what created it. We must heal the spirit, and that doesn't happen through more control. It happens through love, through forgiveness, through remembering, through the womb, which is also the underworld, the place where all things are stripped, dissolved, and reborn. To heal the feminine is to heal the soul, and the feminine lives in every being, not just women. The healing begins where the lie once lived, in the parts of us we were taught to suppress, in the wisdom that we were told to fear, in the love that we were told to deny. So what really happened? We didn't fall. We stepped forward. We didn't sin. We chose sacred risk. We ate the fruit, and our eyes did open. We saw that we were naked, yes, but we also saw that we were sovereign beings. The garden wasn't paradise, it was the womb, and we were born out of it. Eden didn't end because we were bad. It ended because we were ready to begin. This is the descent of the fool. In tarot, the first step into mystery. The fool walks willingly off of the edge into the unknown. This is the path of every soul. This is the path of Kabbalah's tree of life, from Keter, pure light, down to Malkuth, the physical world. We descend into matter not as punishment, but as participation. The fall of man is echoed in the fall of Atlantis and Lemuria, not as moral failure, but as evolutionary. Each rise and fall is part of the wheel of time, of yugas, of ages, of consciousness spiraling in and out of forgetfulness and remembering. We didn't get lost in the dark. We entered it to feel it, to walk through it, to become. God didn't cast us out. God became us. And what an honor that is, to experience contrast, to taste heartbreak, war, peace, laughter, death, all of it, because God is consciousness and you are its experiencer. The lie wasn't that there's a devil. The lie was that it was someone outside of you. The devil is not your enemy. It's the mask that you wear when you forget who you are. We chose this descent. We chose this story. And now, as the wheel turns again, we rise. We're not here to escape the system. We're here to remember we built it. And now we're building something new because we've played every part. And it's time to write a new myth. Like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and hit that bell. This is how we spread the fire. Links are in the description and pinned comment below on how you can support this channel as well as work with me. Stay tuned for the next one. The fire continues.